it wasn't a place for that. So why he would come up to me, like, you feel me? Yeah. And he wasn't even, like, in the right state of mind anyway, so.
I am just flabbergasted that the highest paid boxer, one of the most famous people on the planet, Floyd Mayweather, has managed to become a repeat offender as a scam artist.
And he just said he bought 400 million deal with 62 flats in New York, and none of them were real. Why do you feel the need to embarrass yourself like that?
According to reports, Gervonta Davis disclosed that Floyd Mayweather is being investigated by the NYPD for a $42 million real estate fraud. He claims that Mayweather isn't in the correct frame of mind and that he is a huge phony who deceives people and even conned Davis directly while they were working together.
Yeah. But people they wasn't around like long enough to understand that. They just, bias type shit, like you said.
The dubious conduct of Mayweather is not a new phenomenon. It fits with a long-standing trend that includes dubious transactions and legal troubles. He hasn't been slowed down by the scandals. On the contrary, they have intensified. Whether this is due to ego, an addiction to status, or an unwillingness to change, one thing is certain: Floyd Mayweather is unwilling to change, even if it means jeopardizing his financial future.
400 million deal with 62 flats in New York, and none of them were real. Why do you feel the need to embarrass yourself like that? Just live your life and enjoy. Nobody cares how much Bugatti you got. Nobody cares about how much Ferrari or how much watch your watch cost, 18 million, whatever. Nobody cares. These are all liabilities. As soon as you buy the watch, you can't sell it for 18 million again.
I am just flabbergasted that the highest paid boxer, one of the most famous people on the planet, Floyd Mayweather, has managed to become a repeat offender as a scam artist.
NFT world, guess what?
Guess what?
Drop. And of course, I'm the money man. But guess what?
Sure are.
We're not done yet.
We aren't?
They told me
there's more scamming to be done.
And it's not over.
My God.
Autograph gloves.
Oh my God. That's incredible. 2,000 people that invest in his NFT project get a chance to win autographed gloves. It's crazy. But you might be asking, did he actually follow through on his promises and deliver these gloves? Of course he f***ing didn't.
Money May, you all know the rest.
Money May, you all know the rest. You just got scammed again.
When Mayweather revealed to ESPN in 2013 that he had $123 million in a single bank account, it made headlines. He portrayed it as prudent asset management, distributing funds throughout many accounts. That may sound amazing, but when the IRS imposed a lien on him for more than $22 million in unpaid taxes from 2015, this financial tactic was criticized. His openness simply exacerbated the situation and raised questions about how someone who boasts about liquidity could become delinquent. Financial carelessness cannot be concealed by dazzling figures, and the tax problems demonstrate that riches, on paper, does not equate to financial competence.
Residences making 100, 200 grand here or there, $50,000 not going to affect. But for those large investors, obviously that's becoming very concerning, because if you've got a building, big mall or something else, it could be worth $100 million. All of a sudden, you've got a $10 million profit on there that's now going to be taxed at 37 or 40 versus 20 to 24. Huge difference. So that's the biggest one people are keeping their eye.
Floyd's careless attitude toward money was revealed by Mayweather's former accountant, who disregarded sums like $100,000 or even $200,000. He regarded enormous amounts as insignificant, as though they were chump cash. For Mayweather, the money didn't make a difference, but for most others, it would change their lives.
Just neglect to
it's
pay.
Neglect, and it's also like, I think, and there is like a truth to this. He makes so much money. There's probably a point when they're like, "Hey, it's time to pay your taxes," and you go like, "All right, here's a check for $25 million. That's an incredible amount of money." And then they go, "That's true, but you owe 50 more," and he's just like, "That can't be right.
You know
I've
what's
given
not
you
good?
$25 million.
Yeah, like what?
Yeah, like what are you talking about, man?
He's bought over 100 luxury cars from the same dealer and always pays in cash. Hilarious. I love
Yeah,
it.
he has $15 million worth of cars.
Congratulations.
But he doesn't drive.
I like it. Good. You can sell those. They're worth a lot of money. You can get that money too.
Yeah.
You know, it's just he's really interesting in the amount of money that he's able to generate.
Joe. Rogan did a wonderful job of capturing the perplexity of the populace. How is it possible for someone to earn so much money and still experience financial difficulties? He saw Floyd receiving a $25 million tax bill and discovering that his debt was doubled. Despite the absurdity of the situation, Mayweather makes it plausible. His income has been enormous, but his handling of his finances is still dubious.
¿Dónde está Malena?
¿Dónde está el jefe? We need to become partners. I need to buy the business.
Okay. This is Malena Reyes, the daughter of Mr. Reyes.
I know I made the other glove company big. That was me. I'm sorry.
¿Le entiendes? Que él sabe que hizo grande a otra compañía.
You want me to make this bag big?
Que si quieres que haga Reyes la gran.
Well, she gonna have to work. She gonna have to work with me.
Que si quieres trabajar con él.
We got to work together as a team.
In addition to being a show of goodwill, Floyd Mayweather's apology to the CEO of Cleto Reyes was motivated by his ambition to acquire the venerable boxing company and turn it into a household name. However, this approach is reminiscent of typical Mayweather. Even when his finances are being scrutinized, he never passes up the chance to show off his wealth. The irony is astounding. Despite being thought to be destitute, this man flaunts his fortune and dreams of conquests as if he were in his prime. It is evident from the discrepancy between his statements and his actual financial situation that Mayweather is more concerned about projecting wealth than with being financially secure.
He settled on investing his money, and one of the places that he invested in was One Vanderbilt in New York City. He has proudly recalled his investment in that skyscraper multiple times. He once said during an interview that people should Google his name along with the name One Vanderbilt, and they would see that he's a part of that project. He also referred to that building as being one of the tallest in the entire city, which was indeed a factual statement on his part. Even the host was surprised to hear.
I own nine skyscrapers in New York City.
9 skyscrapers?
Yes.
Let me ask you this question.
He getting it to him.
Do you think that would be possible if you never bought yourself out of the Top Rank contract?
Well, I bought myself on my contract for $750,000, and in just 3 fights, I made $750 million.
So would you say that was maybe the biggest point in your career? Was
I think
because you had the talent, you had all of that.
I think the best thing about my career was I'm my own boss. That I wanted to do what I wanted to do. I rolled the dice, and to become great at whatever you want to do, you got to roll the dice and take a chance on yourself. And that's what
Floyd Mayweather has been obsessed with buying real estate from the beginning of his career. He went big and bought skyscrapers in New York City instead of just ostentatious houses or palaces. Although this appears to be a wise move and a start towards serious investing, his habit shows more preoccupation than planning. Mayweather purchases real estate to boast rather than to create a steady portfolio or long-term passive income. He incorporates these structures into the picture he wants the world to see, which is more about ego than economy, and adds another notch to the belt of excess.
Look, man, you know, we both made some real money, but you know, you start burning through, you make $2-3 million a year, you burning through $100,000 a month. You ain't really got that much money.
Shit, he probably spending way more than that.
No, I'm talking regular dudes. We say we made $3 million, we burning through $100,000 a month. We really don't got no paper like that saved up.
That's a fact.
So even if he's making $100 million, if he's burning through $5, $6, $7 million a month, you still got taxes, you still got responsibilities. So I don't know nobody's bag, but you know, me and you, we real. We never count nobody's paper. So
not at all.
I hope he got $10 billion. And I hope he get out of this problem.
That's a fact, because you would figure he should be able to just cash him out. Like whatever the tab is, you know, he should be able to wire that.
Yeah, I think he could do that with no problem.
The brutal truth about Floyd's financial situation was revealed by one of Mayweather's own business associates. His spending is out of control. He apparently spends hundreds of thousands of dollars a month on planes, even though he earns tens or possibly hundreds of millions. Mansions, fancy cars, and unending opulence. The partner acknowledged that Mayweather is only spending more than he takes in, which results in an illusion of riches rather than actual wealth, regardless of how much money he makes.
If this is true, but Floyd Mayweather is held hostage in Dubai. Gervonta Davis suggested this, who I believe is signed under Floyd Mayweather. And Floyd responded back of posting a video of Tank dancing on his IG, saying, "We always knew he had sugar in the tank." Like, actually, that's insane posting this online. I'm not even kidding. And then Tank went on his IG story to say this.
Yo, them people over in Dubai that money. Tell them to get on live right now. And he owe people in Saudi Arabia.
And Floyd responded back saying he should fight Shakur instead. I have no clue what is going on with this beef, but they're basically saying that Floyd Mayweather is broke and owes people money and he's hiding in Dubai. I'm actually speechless if any of that is remotely true, but I kind of can see that coming. I don't know if you guys remember this, but Logan Paul and Jake Paul, like 2 years ago, said that Floyd is actually broke. And it low-key might be true, but we'll see what happens.
Gervonta Davis's claims that Mayweather was detained in Dubai because of overdue jewelry debts make matters much more dire. The article presents a risky image of a guy living above his means, whether this is real or not. He is drowning in luxury that he can no longer afford, which goes against the immaculate image. It's difficult to deny the rumors that Mayweather's empire is based on sand rather than substance, despite his best efforts to maintain it.
Tank's come out with a bit of a mad statement, and he said that Floyd Mayweather has been held captive in Dubai because he owes people money and he can't pay them, or won't pay them, one or the other. Before I carry on, please hit that follow button if you haven't already. We're on a mission to get to 10k. Now for me, the idea that one of the richest men in the world cannot pay somebody in Dubai is a bit mad. However, Tank Davis has come out and said ask Floyd to go live right now, and he can't. Which is a fair point, and knowing how Mayweather's ego is, if it was possible for him to go live, he would be responding to this straight off the bat. Now that being said, it wasn't that long ago since we saw that video call between him and Bill Haney on the internet. So whether this is true or not, I do not know. It could just be Tank throwing shots at Floyd Mayweather, because I know that that relationship has been a little bit ropey in the last few years. But you never know, especially with somebody like Mayweather, who sometimes comes across with a bit of a god complex. Maybe he's just tried screwing them.
The controversy is further made worse by more revelations from Dubai. Mayweather allegedly damaged business ties and underpaid debts by purchasing fancy products without paying beforehand, according to multiple suppliers. This is a pattern of financial irresponsibility, not merely carelessness. He runs the risk of upsetting people by using his reputation to avoid or postpone payments. If credit is the basis, even a millionaire may fail.